they would endure through the perils, and they would go through much danger. Okay? Go ahead.
Verse 24. Notice therefore that they which be left behind are more blessed than they that be dead.
Read that again.
Notice therefore that they which be left behind are more blessed than they that be dead.
So now if you left behind, you cursed.
Notice therefore that they which be left behind are more blessed than they that be dead.
If you were left behind, you had no faith in the Most High.
Notice therefore that they which be left behind are more blessed than they that be dead.
No, if you were left behind, you were condemned to hell, or is going to be condemned to hell. Go ahead.
Know this therefore that they which be left behind are more blessed than they that be dead.
The Bible states that they which are left behind are more blessed than them which be dead. Okay? Tearing the left behind doctrine in half. Okay? Tearing it asunder. Go ahead.
Verse 25. This is the meaning of the vision, whereas thou sawest a man coming up from the midst of the sea.
So now this is the interpretation of the vision of the man coming up from the sea. Okay? Now I mentioned earlier that this is a symbolic sea. Okay? When we read the book of Daniel, the 7th chapter, where it speaks about 4 beasts coming from the sea, this is not talking about 4 beasts physically coming out of physical water. Okay? Once again, I'll repeat it. This is not talking about 4 physical beasts coming out of physical water. Okay? This water is symbolic, and the beasts that it's talking about are symbolic. Okay? What do the beasts represent? Let's go to the book of Daniel chapter 7 verse 17. Daniel chapter 7 verse 17 to show you what the beasts represent. Go ahead.
These great beasts which are 4.
These great beasts which are 4.
Are 4 kings.
Are what?
Are 4 kings.
These are 4 kings. 4 empires or 4 powers. Go ahead.
Which shall arise out of the earth.
Which shall arise out of the earth. Go ahead.
But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom.
Now it says the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom. We'll touch on that later. But let's go back to the book of 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. Okay. Now we got the understanding of the beast. Okay. When we read the 12th chapter, the 10th verse, it states that the eagle came from out of the waters. And that this eagle that came out of the waters is the same vision or the same beast that Daniel saw. Okay? So now, what does it mean when it states that these particular entities came out of the water? What do the water represent? Let's go to the book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 15. Okay? Revelation, chapter 17, verse 15. Keep in mind, what we're reading in the book of 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter, is the same. It's a continuation of Daniel, the 7th chapter. It also links to Revelation, the 13th chapter, and Revelations, the 17th chapter. Okay, all these particular prophecies are intertwined. Okay, dealing with the same empire, the same beast, the same kingdom. Okay, Revelation chapter 17, verse 15.
And he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest.
So it says, the waters which thou sawest. Keep in mind, Daniel the 7th chapter talks about a sea, or Daniel the 7th chapter talks about a sea, and 2nd Ezra the 13th chapter speaks about a sea, or a man coming up out of the water. Okay, what do the waters or the sea represent? Go ahead.
The waters which thou sawest, where the horse sitteth.
Where the horse sitteth, go ahead.
Are peoples, in multitudes, in nations, in tongues.
So when you read about these waters in prophecy, it's talking about nations, peoples, kindreds, and tongues. Okay? It's talking about nations, peoples, kindreds, and tongues in which these beasts would rule over. Okay? So that's what it's talking about when it speaks about the waters in 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. Okay? Let's go back to 2nd Ezra 13. Okay? Go ahead.
2nd Ezra chapter 13, 25. This is the meaning of the vision. Whereas thou sawest a man coming up from the midst of the sea, the same is he whom the Most High, the highest, hath kept in great season, which by his own self shall deliver his creature, and he shall order them that are left behind.
So this person who the Most High hath kept for a great season would be used by the Most High to deliver them that are left behind. The question is, who is this man ascending out of the sea? I want to ask you all out there. Who is this man ascending out of the sea? Okay? Exactly. It's Yeshaya. Okay? Yeshaya is ascending out of the sea. Okay? Now it says, the name is he, or the same is he whom the highest hath kept a great season, which by his own self shall deliver his creature, and shall order them that are left behind. So the question is, why is Ezra being shown a vision of Christ coming out of the waters, or Christ coming out of the sea? Anyway, why is Ezra receiving a vision of Christ coming out of the waters, or Christ coming out of the sea? Anyone? Someone got it 100% right. A few people got it 100% right. Okay? When it shows Christ coming out of the water, that's symbolic of what you read in Daniel's the 7th chapter. Let's hold that and get Daniel 7. Let's go back to Daniel 7. I apologize that we have to jump back and forth. Okay? But when you read about Christ coming out of the water,